And now, the survival show that once survived, convincing a woman that a professional dolphin shaver is a real occupation. In this I2H Summer Short, we discuss checking your preps to ensure you are indeed prepared so you're ready for whatever comes next. Howdy and welcome to In the Rabbit Hole's Urban Survival Podcast. This is episode number 259. I'm your host, Aaron, and you are in the rabbit hole. Safe and sound. We're going to talk about doing an annual check on your preps. But before we get to that, there are a few things we should cover quickly. First, there's a lot of murmurs and concerns about civil war brewing. The concern is real. In fact, the threat has existed and been postulated about since at least the last decade. There are a few nutballs who feel justified in attacking others. There is the despicable politician inciting violence, and there are those in the mainstream media who seem to think this is all very funny and cute. However, I've come to notice a simple fact. Everyone wants to do revolutionary shit till it's time to do revolutionary shit. The numbers are small, even below 3%. The probability is low. And for those reasons, I do not see current events as coming to a rolling boil and turning into some kind of Argentine-style dirty war. But we will probably see a few more incidents, unfortunately. Does this mean you should be concerned? Sure, but it shouldn't work you into a lather. We are preppers, we watch, we stay aware, and we do our best to engage in measured and reasonable preparedness focusing on the likely. Remember, I2H is not solely about staying safe. It's about staying safe and sound. On to checking your preps. There is a tendency for many of us to procure things, store them away for years without checking them. Take a bug-out bag, for example. We build them up, we set them on a shelf or in a closet, and we tend to forget about them, sometimes for years at a time. Really, again, it may be years before we seriously go through them again. We may open them up and grab something out, but that tends to be about it. You may think, why should I check my bob? Is it going to sprout legs and run amok? No, probably not. If it does, I don't think your bug out bag is the gist of your problems. We should check on them for several reasons. One, items in the bag can go bad. Batteries, medical supplies, food items. Number two, pests can get in there and cause damage. 3, the fabric of the bag can actually rot, depending on where you've stored it and what material it's made out of. 4, you might have borrowed something without returning or replacing it. I know I've done that a few times. Number 5, you could have gained a new perspective and found many of the items that are in your bag are either no longer necessary or were incorrect to begin with. A similar line of thinking applies to any and all preps you have. This is a short episode, so I'm not going to turn this episode into an exhaustive list. That would be ridiculous. We will cover some highlights, and I encourage you to make lists and do a bit of thinking on your own. Start by checking the simple things around your house. Smoke alarms, fire extinguishers, all flashlights, first aid kits, generators, any blackout kits. Oh, and don't forget, I2H carries super awesome flashlights, so if you need a new one, or if you just want a new one, check out the gear shop at intherabbithole.com. If you're a gun owner, check all weapons and give them a little TLC. They're lonely and they're safe. My personal schedule is to inspect and service anything in my safe, whether it's been used or not, at least every 3 months. My EDC, on the other hand, gets checked weekly to ensure function and make sure there's no debris, belly button lint, or corrosion from sweat. Don't ask about the belly button lint. Then, move on to your bug out bags. Take them out, lay the entire contents out, inspect them carefully. You would also be well served spending a small amount of time considering if anything should be removed or if anything should be added. Again, new perspectives can be gained over the course of a year or even a few months. Do the same for any vehicle kits. If you don't have one, this is an excellent time to put one together. Next, review all your long-term food, medical, and battery stores. We tend to dip into medical supplies and batteries on a regular basis, at least around here. So it's easy to run low or even out without even realizing it. Now, what about your essential papers and possessions? When was the last time you pulled things out of your document safe, grouped them, marked items as must go? We use a simple system. If it's something important that really should go when we go, we put it in a large Ziploc bag. If a situation pops up, we grab the bags and throw them into a small duffel. What's not in plastic bags stays. That helps cut down on all kinds of decisions in stressful situations. The last 3 points. When was the last time you reviewed your bugging out plans and your bugging in plans? Do you have checklists and action items so that things don't get overlooked and forgotten about? Does your spouse know the plans? It might be time to sit down with them, review the plans together, discuss them, and refine them. Did you get a new pet this last year? By taking an animal into your home, you're assuming responsibility for their safety and well being. Ensure they're taken care of. That's my philosophy, at least. Lastly, what's on your biannual list of things to check? Comment and share with the community in the comments section. Final summation. Civil War? Maybe, but probably not. I'm more worried about hurricane season. Part 2, check your preps to avoid issues and make improvements. So for whatever comes next. And that's what I think about that. Damn it. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to do all the YouTube stuff. Like this video, subscribe, and slap that bell around if you haven't done so already. If you're listening to the actual podcast, don't merely pick at the episodes. Make sure you're subscribed. Show notes, resources, and links to everything mentioned in this episode can be found by going to therabbithole.com/E259. With that, we wrap up episode number 259 from the Lone Star State. Till next time, stay safe and sound. What's on your biannual prep the checks prep list?